Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Gimbetti along with Mike Egan, and who's spent all his money last week. All right, you lost all your money last week in Las Vegas. No, at least you got to go somewhere. At least you're willing to go places.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a nice little trip. Got to see Maroon 5, pretty good band. A heavyweight fight. That was just in the aisle.
Yeah, that was in the plane or in the concourse.
Two young heavyweight girls going at it at the casino.
Wow.
Wow.
You certainly
It was
don't
true.
lack for interesting stories. I'll
No.
guarantee that.
No, but
Yeah.
no, it's I don't gamble. I don't I gamble. I do, well, a little bit, but it's more fun just go out and watch people.
Yeah.
And you go watch the strip, and it's interesting too. They tore down the old Tropicana, and they're building a brand new mall or shopping facility right on the strip. They have half of the strip tore because they're redoing it for the IndyCar race that's coming in October, I think.
Mhm.
And they're building a brand new baseball park at the end of the strip for the Oakland, Las Vegas A's.
A's, yeah. We'll see if they keep that same name or not.
They have to,
Oh, they do? Oh, okay. Well, then,
unless they change the A to an Aces, and then it'll be the Los Angeles Aces.
yeah, but they already have an
The
Aces
Aces,
team
they've
there.
got the basketball
Yeah,
team.
that only has like 2 losses this
So.
year.
I think they have to keep the same name because, like Indianapolis had to keep their name, the Colts, the Rams had to keep their name. So I don't know if it's the same as the NFL or not. So
And it's the Las Vegas Raiders for football. So,
Raiders,
yeah,
right.
they did keep that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I suppose they will have to keep athletics.
but it's
Remember that the A's started in Boston,
yep,
Kansas City, and Oakland?
yep.
Yeah, Kansas City, Boston, and Oakland, as our
Yep.
disembodied voice just told us for the athletics.
That's our producer, director
Yeah,
extraordinaire.
Yes, that's right.
And we were going to put extraordinaire on the shirt, but we didn't know how to spell it.
But let's see, we
We're more than halfway way through summer, and everything's pretty much done at the high school, correct?
everything, all the summer baseball is pretty much done except BFW State. I think began today, but obviously Hibbing did not make it in. They got beat by Cloquet, I think 3-2 or 4-2 or something like that. They had beat East like 11-0 or 11-1 on that in an elimination game because they had just lost to Rock Ridge the night before 2-1. So it dropped them in the elimination game, and they beat East, and then they come back and kind of laid an egg against Cloquet, which then Cloquet came back and beat Grand Rapids, and then they played Rock Ridge in the finals, and Rock Ridge just destroyed them. So I lost that. That Cloquet team was okay, but it was a game that those kids should have pulled out. I think.
Usually Green Bay. Usually Grand Rapids is the strength of the tournament, but so Rock Ridge is this year, or they
Rock
just
Ridge, yeah, they're going to be good. I
Yeah.
mean, you're 2 schools together, so and I have with Virginia. Well,
Yep.
then you have Gilbert kids, I'm sure.
Yep.
So
I'm sure there's some Mountain Iron kids going there because you got a brand new. I mean, it's a beautiful facility over there. So, but
But
don't
the-
bring up a Hibbing High School now. We talked about that before the
Well,
show. You weren't going to talk about.
well,
it,
we
so.
know we can at some point. But the only complaint I have over there, and they're rectifying it, but there's no place to sit and work. Actually work.
Okay.
Their press box on their main field is not done yet. And then on their second field, which is down below, has no place, no press box at all. It doesn't look like they're putting a press box down there.
Well, I'm sure they're going to get the Gary G and Betty lounge chair up there.
Oh,
For
sure, yeah. But that would be my only complaint about it because I needed to get work done. I needed to type stories, and I just couldn't type it. I mean, because we weren't at the main field, number one, because they were in the elimination games. But it'll be done. I get it. It's the one on the main field, the Franzenbeck and Trust field, it's up. I don't know how far from completion it is, but you know, you got to have that stuff done.
Well, hopefully Hibbing will have theirs done. They're looking at redoing that in the restrooms.
Oh, well,
And
that's another. I got to
new
talk to.
scoreboard.
That's what I was just going to mention. I have to talk to Keith Turner tomorrow about the new video scoreboard that's going in at the football
Yeah,
field.
that's
I thi-
something?
I think it's gonna be like in that southeast corner or somewhere on that end of the
Yep.
track, on the south side of the track. They got the funding for it.
Yep.
Thank you to anybody who worked on that and got that completed. That's a fantastic development. I don't know what else is being done out there at this point. Do you?
Well, my understanding, they're supposed to be looking at, again, remodeling, or not remodeling, but upgrading the bathroom facilities and the press box, the concession stand, things like that. But that scoreboard is, that's pro football scoreboard. I mean, it's something else.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. You seen it?
I saw a video of it that was sent out to the board members to take a look at it. But yeah, it was, and like you said, they were able to raise funds to do it. And as far as I know, there's not any particular name associated with it. So, yeah, it's going to be nice.
Yeah, again, thank you to, I know somebody who was supposedly spearheading it
Yep.
to get that done, and hey, they did. And good, thank you so much, and we're appreciative of that, and I'm sure the high school will be especially appreciative, and hopefully the football team will be especially
Well,
appreciative.
Not just football, but
But for soccer and track, yeah, it'll be
and
up
they
there.
need to make that the home field for softball.
Well,
We talked about
yeah,
that too,
Yeah,
so.
Other than the fact that we need 2 new fields with turf on it here. Okay.
In a new city hall, the new library.
New city hall.
Start the list.
New high school, new city hall. That'll-
Newsflash, they're not tearing down the city hall.
No, yeah. If you've ever heard that, if you heard that rumor on Facebook, City Hall's not being torn down.
No,
So we won't, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of renovations that need to be done, and I don't know if it's cheaper to build a new building. But you got a house, like you said, what did you say?
well, they have funding through this last legislation to build a fire hall and a police station. So I think what they're looking at is maybe combining City Hall with that. I mean, there's only 13 people working up at the City Hall right now. 17? I'm sorry, 17 people. So my personal feeling is when I ran for mayor was build the consolidated building, fire hall, police hall, city hall. Donate City Hall to the Historical Society. Let them do what Grand Rapids did, renovate the building, get federal funding, which they can as a historical site, and then put some little shops and malls and move the Hibbing Museum over there, the Dillon thing, it just, that would facilitate or make in my mind, would make it a better building once they get all the renovations done. Because if you start putting money into it now, you're gonna renovate it in 5 years from now, you're gonna start doing the same thing again, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
it's-
you just can't fix over problems
No.
at this point, because how old's that place?
That's older than you and I. It's gotta be over 100 years old, I would think.
101, I think.
101
Yeah.
years old, so.
And just last night, speaking of that, they had their 130th
Yep.
birthday party, Hibbing celebration on the lawn at City Hall, and I want to just say, nice job by Julie Sandsteed and the Hibbing City Band. Again, we're fortunate, what's it, Keys, what's her first name?
Joe and Mary.
Alicia?
Joe and Mary Keys, yeah. She gave up. She was doing the emceeing last night, and she said, I mean, we're lucky that we have a city band still.
Oh, yeah.
And those people, and I apologize because Julie is the main director, but they had a younger guy,
Yeah, I don't know.
and you don't know who that is either, but he also did some directing this summer for them, and I wish I had his name, but I don't know it. Maybe I can text my wife.
But this kind of goes back to what we elaborated on a few weeks ago. The high school band, the marching band, hoping to get more participation in that. The drama department is gangbusters right now. They've got so many kids, but maybe that's part of this, collaboration thing that we're going to have. That maybe some of the Chisholm kids can come over and combine with the Hibbing kids, and you have yourself a pretty good band.
Oh yeah, you get some decent numbers at
Yep.
that point. But yeah, so they did a nice job, and they inducted 2 more people into the Hall of Fame
Congratulations.
last night. No, it wasn't
Oh.
me. So That'll never, that'll be a lot. HE double toothpicks will have to freeze over before I get inducted into the Hall of Fame, any Hall of Fame, so.
See, before we go any further too, I just want to congratulate Scott Hansen. I read the article about him and his dream to be a radio announcer. He's been doing it for 40 years.
Mm.
And he does have a voice for radio. We have a face for radio.
yeah.
He has a voice for
Yeah,
radio.
he's the one that should be on the TV,
Yes.
and we should be the ones on radio. But yeah, no, he's done a very good job there, and congratulations to him. What did you say?
40 years.
Oh, 40. Did he get inducted into?
No, he just talked about
Oh.
it being his lifetime dream was to be a radio announcer.
okay.
That back when he was a young kid, his dad gave him a little wooden radio that ran out of a little ever-ready battery. He used to crank it to listen to it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Scott.
No, he probably did. He probably had to crank it back then.
But
So.
just the different things that he's been, like you said, he's been in radio for 40 years. I know he's left for a year or two, and he sold cars for a little bit, and now he's back on. And he has, in my mind, he's got the #1 show, up here in northeastern Minnesota at USA Radio. So,
Mhm.
but
Uh-oh.
that's probably Scott.
It's probably forgot to turn off the ringer.
Yeah.
Probably a spam call or
Yeah,
something.
be careful what you say about Ringer. I just got back from Vegas. Oh, was that Hooker? No, Ringer.
Ringer. Yeah, no, you don't want to. Yeah, nice one. Nice recovery.
Yes. Stay away from the elevators.
Yeah. So yeah, let's getting back to sports, I guess.
Yeah.
The Hibbing Little League has their. If you see this today before 4 o'clock, the Hibbing Little League has their championship
game
game.
tonight.
Range Steel and Sammys are in the finals.
Nice. And one of them's undefeated, correct?
One of them's undefeated, so if there's a winner, if the team with one loss wins, then of course they'll play right after the second game. So good luck to both of those teams.
And they have their drawing tonight too, I think, for the ticket sales. For the
Oh yeah,
money.
the one I won money on last year that I didn't realize I'd even bought a ticket until
Until you won the money.
until our producer told me he sold me one, and then I
Oh,
remembered
there you go.
that. So I did buy another ticket from him, so maybe I'll luck out again
Good.
and win some more money.
I think
but-
it's rigged. But
But and then the junior league, he our producer said that the team his grandson is on plays Friday?
Friday.
Up in Ely
5 o'clock.
at 5 o'clock, and if they win, they play at
4 o'clock on Saturday.
4 o'clock Saturday. If they lose, it's like 9 or 9:30. And
so they're playing. Ely's the #1 team, correct?
yes,
Ely's top seed.
And Hibbing
Yeah.
is #2.
Yeah.
Hibbing Hardee's.
Why is 1 and 2 playing one another in their first game of a tournament?
Oh, they are.
no, they aren't playing. They've had a bye into the
Oh,
second round
okay.
of the
Top three
tournament.
teams had a bye.
Okay.
Yeah, so they'll eventually meet up. I'm assuming if they both win at some point there, it's going to be the
Yeah.
winners bracket.
Since when does that mean #3?
They didn't see that, I hope.
No, I.
He'll need some editing on that
Yeah.
They'll either play Chisholm or Mountain Iron, who played tonight.
one. Okay,
Okay.
they'll play Chisholm or Mountain Iron, who play
Whoever
tonight.
that winner is, then we play them.
Yes,
Okay.
whoever wins that game will play Hibbing. We don't want to miss the Frebonis though? Who are they playing?
I know,
Yeah, we have you
Yeah.
doing our.
Do we play the Jeopardy music while we're waiting?
But all that tournament is up in Ely, so that's if you want to go up and watch some junior league baseball. It's 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds or
Yeah,
13 and 14.
13 and 14
Yeah.
baseball.
And that tournament used to be held in Hibbing all the time, but now the gentleman that puts the scheduling together is from Ely. So the
Okay.
last 2 years, I know that tournament's been up there.
Okay, well when he
Iron Range Baseball League.
Right.
yeah Iron Range Baseball League. There you go.
Guess-
And when he
guess
finds
who
out,
started that.
I'm sure you did. So once he finds out about Frebonis, we'll let you know what time they play at, because there must be a draw online somewhere. I'm assuming.
I can't find their records.
Okay. Well, I guess, but Frebonis is also in it, so we don't want to leave them out.
No.
And hopefully, hey, maybe the two Hibbing teams will
Move on.
move on, meet in the finals, and
Wonder if they'll go on to play in the Midwest regionals and
Well.
go from there.
Yeah, I don't know how that
senior league.
works.
Little League Baseball tournament, or the national tournaments are going on right now.
Okay, so for softball, I suppose, and baseball.
Yep.
Other than that,
How can a guy 6'3" be 12 years old and play Little League Baseball?
yeah.
Look like Brock Lesnar.
Or The Rock or somebody.
Yeah. What else we got?
Twins.
Well, high school sports start
Football.
practicing on the 14th. That captain's practices, I believe, are going on right now, if any of them are having that. So pretty
Yeah.
soon we'll be able to discuss some Hibbing sports. And
Yeah. My understanding, the locker room renovations are going pretty well out at the new field too. So sounds like all the practices will be held out there. So
Mhm. And the Hoop Club held a car wash and Duke's Gorge barbecue last week.
I
So-
heard they asked you to be participating in that, but you
Well, I went out there to shoot some pictures, but
in your swimsuit?
No. Heck no.
Free car wash.
Yeah.
Got a free car.
Well,
wash.
and it was a donation. I mean, so you could. I mean, hopefully they got like at least $10, maybe $20 from
there you
people, a car, and then the Duke Scorch barbecue was out there, and the colored ice guy was out there. Snow cones,
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah,
snow
Hawaiian
cones, they were out there, and they had
Nice.
two basketball stanchions up to play basketball in between there, so it looked like they had a good time doing
Good.
that. So,
Winter-
made some money.
Fall and winter sports are right around the
Yeah,
corner. So
yeah.
is the snow and the cold weather.
So that's pretty much what's going on there. And now, and I wish we were more prepared for this, but the Twins,
Oh,
55 and 54.
yeah. 2 games ahead of the Guardians, and did not do anything at the trade deadline to bolster their team.
No, and when you listen to Dick Bramer and Roy Smalley talk about it on the games, it's like they went in the locker room and they said, well, we trust you guys that you're going to be able to pull this out. Well, sorry, Mr. Baudelli and Mr. Levine and Mr. Falvey, this team, unless proven otherwise, is not going to do anything the rest of the year. And I hate to say it, but I hope Cleveland comes back and wins this division, because you can't stand pat.
No, you can't. And unfortunately, the Achilles heel for the Twins right now is their pitching. I mean, Mr. Ryan's given up, what'd you say?
16 home runs in
16
his
home
last
runs.
4 starts,
Yeah.
or over the last 2 or 3 weeks, however many, and that's a
And he was their
Twins record.
stud.
Yeah, he was good. He was one of their better pitchers.
You know, granted, they're a young team.
Yeah. Lopez pitched well the other night in a 3-2 win over St. Louis. But then last night he gives up 4 home runs in like the first 2 or 3 innings, and
Well,
the other night when they won 3-2, they were ahead 3-1, and
Pagan?
Pagan pitched in that game but didn't give up any runs. But Duran
Oh,
gives up a run in the
Yeah.
9th inning.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Mariano Rivera, and that's a high-level example,
Yeah.
probably didn't come in and give up many runs.
Just to the Twins.
Yeah, well, maybe.
The miracle that one when they played them
Yeah.
in the playoffs that
Yeah.
one year.
You're pitching 1 inning
Getting paid millions
against
of dollars.
millions of dollars against a team that hasn't seen you yet.
Yep.
Okay, why are you giving up a run? Shouldn't give up a run. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm too simplistic, but it's not that tough of a job to pitch 1 inning.
So let's say Cleveland pulls ahead, wins the division. Balboa done?
I got a feeling, I don't ever want to see anybody lose their job. Again, that's not the point of this, is to get guys fired.
Right.
But if they don't win this division this year, with this lousy as it is, because Chicago, Detroit, and Kansas City are not going to make a
but
run.
they go to Kansas City and lose
Lose
3,
the
get
game.
swept.
Well, that's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have never lost. And then to top it off, when they lost, 2-1 on Sunday to Kansas City, on the trade deadline, Kansas City traded that pitcher away to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Cleveland has done nothing but sold out at the trade deadline.
They got rid of their best pitcher.
One of their best pitchers. They got rid of their first baseman,
Yep.
Josh Bell, I believe it was, and I think they got rid of somebody else, but I don't remember who it was. So either they're smart and know what they're doing because they have maybe players in the minor leagues that can come up and fill those spots, or they're just saying, well, we'll see if we can win it with what we have.
I remember years ago before they brought Balboa in that Doug Matejzak, is that how you pronounce it? He used to play for the Twins?
Mankiewicz?
McTavish, he's ahead of their
Yeah.
AAA or AA team.
Well, I think he's still involved. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he is.
Would have been a good manager, but I don't know. If you bring somebody in that's worked with these guys over the years, and it just doesn't seem like I just don't think their manager has the baseball sense it needs to run a professional team. And they
Yeah.
sure in the heck don't have a pitching coach
Well,
or a hitting coach.
no, because Baldelli was quoted. I'm not going to get this quote right, but he was talking about Ryan, and he figures that he's getting locked into one pitch, and guys are figuring it out, and he says he will work his way through it.
Oh.
Well, he better work his way through in a hurry.
Well, I was unfortunately at the game that they lost 18-2 or whatever it was, and he gave up 5 home runs. And you could tell that when the team that they were playing had him scouted so well that they knew, like you said, they knew what he was going to throw. And they just sat and waited for that pitch, and boom, out
Yeah.
of the ballpark it went.
And then obviously they're going to set. We've talked about this ad nauseum about the strikeout record that they're probably going to set this year. They're happy when they only strike out less than 10 times a game.
Yeah.
And last night I think it was 8 times the night before, and then 9 times last night. I just don't get it. I mean, you have no pride at the plate.
Right.
I feel like they have a bunch of dead weight, and I know you'll probably bring up Buxton, but
Buxton needs to go.
I just don't know about him yet.
Is he back yet?
Oh yeah, he was
okay.
on the paternity list
Yeah.
because his wife had the baby.
Right.
Um,
Not like the
I
old
don't
days.
I don't think he's in that category of Miguel Sano
No.
yet, but he's getting there. If he doesn't swing at pitch strikes.
Well, unfortunately, to me, a lot of their batters have what I'd call the Joe Mauer syndrome. They get up to bat, they think whether it's a ball or a strike, they're not going to swing at the first one. And pitchers know, well, I'm going to throw a strike because they're not going to swing. So now you're down 1 strike.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, you can't hit like Joe Mauer, so get up to the plate. If it's close, take a swing at it. And if you miss it, fine, but at least make an effort to hit the ball. Don't just stand there and watch it get thrown by you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And when I watch the games, I'm just happy when they go out that they swing and hit it.
Yeah, it's
I'd rather see them swing, hit it, and go out
Right.
than not put their bat on it and just sit on your shoulder or just swing at pitches that are 15 feet outside. And
so if you were to keep 5 players, shortstop,
yeah,
Gillian, is that Gillian, the young kid?
I'm not sold on him yet because
Okay.
he strikes out way too much too.
Okay,
But he is their best hitter at this point.
right.
Eduardo Julian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who you're
So
talking
who
about.
will be your other 3?
Boy, Correa, probably Kirilloff, but no, he's hurt. He's
Yep.
He got a shoulder
He's
injury.
hurt all the time too.
Um,
How about the center fielder?
Polanco, I would keep because he's just got back,
Right.
and then boy, maybe Taylor.
Yeah.
Out there. I mean, I want to throw Buxton in there because I'm not quite, like I said, I'm not sold on him not being able to.
Well, of your 5 players, not one is a pitcher.
No.
What's that?
Well, I didn't. Well, we should have classified that as because I'd keep 4. Even Kenta Maeda now is.
He's come along pretty. He's pitching well.
He's pitched well. I'd keep all 5 of their pitchers.
I'm surprised they didn't trade him.
Well, I didn't think they'd do that though. They weren't going to trade a pitcher away like that. But
Well, to get a pitcher. I see our buddy C.J. Cron. He's on the move again.
yeah, where did he go?
Went from Colorado to somewhere.
Yeah, I don't. I want to. Oh, I can't remember where he went. If he went to the Dodgers or
Maybe.
I don't think.
How about the kid from California? Japanese pitcher that throws both left and right and hits.
Oh, I haven't heard about. Oh, yeah, but then again, you got Royce Lewis. Didn't think
Yeah,
about
Royce
him,
Lewis,
so
yeah.
I would. There's no way I'd get rid of him.
No, I'm talking about that.
But the guy that I haven't heard about this kid
The one
yet.
that, yeah, you have.
I don't
The
know
one
if
that
I
leads
have.
the league in home runs, and
Otani.
yeah, Otani.
Well, he doesn't throw both hands.
Oh, doesn't he?
No, I don't think so.
The way they talked about it, I thought he shot it
Well,
out of
yeah,
his
he's
abs.
Mr. Superman. Yeah, I'm getting sick of hearing about him.
Love to see him on the Twins, though.
Well, that would have been, yeah, that'd be nice. And then maybe you could go back to
We'd have to
liking him.
trade the IDS building for
Yeah.
him.
But, you know, they made a big deal about it when he threw a shutout in the first game of a doubleheader and maybe a one-hit shutout.
and got a home run.
Then he hit 2 home runs in the next game. The guy's a DH.
Yeah.
He's not. He should be able to hit home runs if he's your DH. I mean,
Oh.
that's not a surprise.
Isn't Buxton RDH?
Well, yeah, but he should be playing in center field. I've already told you how to solve his problem. Put him in center field, and
Let
then
him
he's
play every
more.
day.
Yeah, he's more engaged,
Yep.
and he doesn't have to sit and think about his last at bat for 27, 28 minutes. And,
Or let him play right and have Kepler sit.
well,
Kepler hasn't done anything this year for the last 2
well,
years.
no, he's actually one of their better hitters right now. He's starting to come along
Oh, he's over 200.
pretty good. Oh yeah, he's up into 220s or 230s at this point. Correa is up in the 220s. Buxton, I saw, was hitting like 217,
Ooh,
but I don't know how that happened.
that's worth
to be
$80
honest.
million.
But Gallo, no, sorry,
No.
you are a very good power hitter, but you're just not producing home runs like you should be.
Oh, they took a chance.
Well, they did, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it was exciting to see him sign him, but
So before we go, I just got to let everybody know we're playing in the Chamber Golf Tournament this Monday. So all those Gary Giambetti fans that want to come out and cheer Gary on, the gallery will be teeing off from the 7th hole. So if you want to come out and watch Gary
so we're
play,
we're on the 7th hole right
yeah,
away.
we're on the 7th hole.
Just remember, we can use the
Mulligan.
we're the old time guys, so
Yeah.
we can use the black tees
there
or
you
the
go.
gold
Yeah,
tees.
we
So
can play the women tees.
and then who else is playing with us? Your son?
My son and Vince Monticelli.
Well, they'll have to use the white tees,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the 2 old guys can use the black tees or the
Hey,
gold tees.
Works for me.
It's all right.
So
You'll be happy to see me hit some of those drives on some of those
Yeah.
holes from those
So-
spots.
bring your beverages and come out and watch Gary play. Cheer him on.
All right. So that's the end of another show. For Mike Egan, I'm Gary Giambetti. We'll see you again next week on Home Team Advantage.
Hibbing Public Access Television would like to thank U.S. Bank for providing us with studio space.